Synchesis, spelled this way or this way or this way, is the disarrangement of words, often in ABAB order, that draws attention to the relationships of the words and often the inherent disorder. The word synchesis comes from the Greek synchusis, which means confusion or mixing, so the term itself describes itself. With Latin, we deal mostly with adjectives and nouns, so adjectives won't be placed next to the nouns they describe. So let's look at this in action. One of the most famous examples is from the Aeneid, Book 1, line 4, Vi superum saevae memoram unonus operam, by the force of the gods above, on account of the mindful rage of cruel Juno. The synchesis is here. Saevae modifies unonus, both are genitive singular, while memoram modifies iram. And we have an interlocked word order. What's cool about this one is that memoram, mindful or never forgetting, technically describes iram, Juno's rage, but by disordering the words and using a synchesis, we can transfer some of the remembering onto Juno herself, since memoram is right next to unonus. You can find a lot of synchesis in Latin poetry. It's often contrasted with chiasmus on standardized tests. These two figures of speech are paired up quite a bit. So I just did a quick search through Ovid's Metamorphoses, Book 9, and came across a bunch of these. Line 103, Namque noa repetanes pateros cum conjuga muros. Indeed, seeking again his father's walls with his new wife. Noa modifies conjuge, pateros muros. Line 165, Implevitque suis nemorosam vocibus oeten, and he filled woody oeta with his shouts. Line 232, Regnaque visuras iterum Trojanas agitas, and the arrows going to see Trojan kingdoms again. Line 246, Et mea progenies vestro quoque tuta favorest, and my offspring is safe also by your grace. There's a lot of chiasmus in these lines too, but that goes a long way towards saying the poets love to use both synchesis and chiasmus as tools towards helping them structure their poetic line. There's a certain type of line in Latin epic poetry called a golden line, which employs a synchesis and a verb in the middle, adjectives on the left, nouns on the right, in 5 words only. Here's a golden line from Vergil's Aeneid, Book 1, again, line 172. Egres optata poteuntur Troes arena. The Trojans, having departed, grab hold of sand they've been hoping for. The synchesis puts the adjective egressi with Troes and the adjective participle optata with arena. Here's another one from Ovid, where the verb position is served by a participle, Book 3, line 57. Tristia sanguinea lamentem vulnera lingua. And here's a bit of a tarnished golden line a few lines below, line 74, where we have a noun, spuma, in the first half. Spumaque pestiferos circum fluit albida rictus. It's debatable whether ancients strive to create golden lines, or even if they cared to at all. The term golden line itself is less than 500 years old, so it might be just a cool term to describe a cool structure that was used every so often. Okay, so in summary, a synchesis is a confused, mixed-up word order, often in Latin poetry, ABAB, contrasting with ABBA of chiasmus. Latin can do this because cases matter far more than word order, and it's pretty hard to illustrate this in English. There's some flexibility with synchesis because you can, sometimes, maybe have the meaning of an adjective rub up against a noun that it technically doesn't describe, like with line 4 of the Aeneid in Juno's never forgetting rage, or is it never forgetting Juno? This confusion of order is often used to draw attention to the events themselves. As a reader, you have to stop and think about what's going on to make sense of a synchesis. And then finally, there's the golden line that uses a synchesis with a verb in the middle, adjectives on the left, and nouns on the right. But who knows if the ancients even cared?